I believe we'll start with Fox News, Claudia Cowan.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your comments this morning. I have a question for Secretary Pompeo and a follow-up with Secretary Mattis, if I may. Secretary Pompeo, I know you're testifying on Capitol Hill tomorrow about the Helsinki summit. What is your understanding of the agreements that were made between President Trump and President Putin there? Have you met with the president to discuss those agreements? And have you seen any change in behavior by the Russians that warrant a second summit invitation in Washington? Do you think that's a good idea? And then Secretary Mattis, sir, have you been asked to prepare options for working with the Russians in Syria? And do you have any concerns about doing so? Thank you.
Thanks for your question about the U.S.-Australia relationship. I appreciate that. Yes, look, I've spoken to the president about the meeting that he held with President Putin, and I was part of a larger discussion as well. I've spoken to to Foreign Minister Lavrov following that, and the president's been clear about some of the things that were agreed to. We're going to begin to put together a business council. There'll be places we'll start track two processes. There were many things that came from what I view as an incredibly important meeting between President Trump and President Putin, one that I think the world will have benefited from when history is written. I am looking forward to testifying tomorrow. We'll testify about a lot of things, including the relationship between the United States and Russia. But I think one of the things that gets lost is the determination that this administration has had in pushing back against Russian malign behavior around the world. It is unequaled in the history of the United States in terms of when there was a post-Cold War conflict between the United States and Russia, how firm this administration has been in pushing back against those threats. And I look forward to testifying about that tomorrow as well. Jim?
Yeah, in regard to Syria, what we do with the Russian Federation is we deconflict our operations. We do not coordinate them. We deconflict them in time and in space to make certain along the deconfliction lines we are not creating hazardous conditions. But we will not be doing anything additional until the Secretary of State and the President have further figured out at what point we are going to start working alongside our allies with Russia in the future. That has not happened yet, and it would be premature for me to go into any more detail at this point because we're not doing any more than this.